So what's up, bro? Israel, how you doing, dude?
Oh, man.
It's been like forever. No, the last time I talked to you, when was the last time I talked to you? I think we talked like a month ago, maybe, right?
We text every once in a while to
Right.
see how it's going, but yeah, last time I saw you in person, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I think I came in on crutches, no? Or
Yeah,
I
that's
came,
when you showed me your hideous picture, dude.
yeah, dude.
That's nasty. That's
Why-
sensitive content if you were to post that on Instagram.
I've always thought about posting it.
That's sensitive content for sure.
You think I'll get
Fuck
like
yeah, dude. You
flagged or
get what?
you think I'll get flagged or taken down?
100%, yeah. It'd get flagged.
What about those pictures that have you seen them like on Instagram? They do like they're kind of like blurred out, and then it says like sensitive content hit hit it.
Yeah,
if you
well,
want.
that's what I mean. Yeah, like you'll probably be able to post it, but you'll probably have to do that.
Oh, I'm down to do that.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. I haven't showed too many people, just the close ones, you know?
Yeah. Well,
That was it. Have you been?
I've been good, man. It's kind of cutting off a bit, so we're gonna have to do our best.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right. So as everybody knows, we're practicing our social distancing.
Social distancing.
We're more than 6 feet away.
Yeah, we are. We're not that far apart, but yeah, we are more than 6
We
feet.
could literally send smoke signals if we have to later on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I mean, with my drone, you need anything, and I'll hook it to the drone, fly it over to you, drop it, and bring it back.
Have you tried doing that?
Oh, but it's very possible.
No, you should just try it. Like Joel from Tenny's Craft Barbecue doesn't live that far away. You could probably drop it off at his house.
Pick up some barbecue.
Yeah,
Yeah, some to go, some drone pickup.
yeah. Have you done have you tried to pick anything up, like or hung anything where
Yeah.
see what it can carry, what kind of weight
Yeah.
it can carry?
Well, a buddy of mine, he had a drone. He had a cheap drone that ran out of batteries while he was flying and got stuck on somebody's roof.
Yeah,
No, it's there. So I flew my drone over, and sure enough, it was there. And I hooked a hook up like to my drone. We tried to hook it, but it's pretty hard.
yeah.
We didn't end up getting it. So
Oh,
yeah.
but
No.
was it because it was too heavy, or you just couldn't hook on because you didn't have the right?
The wind was moving that hook, and it was just trying to balance. So it was a lot.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But they sell things. They sell like things where you can hook it up to your drone, and there's like a time release to drop whatever you hooked on there.
Yeah,
But of course, weight matters, all that.
and then your battery will probably get drained out a lot faster.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Does it
Just
ha-
like it does in windy situations, it drains.
Because it's using more battery
Yeah.
usage to like go through all that shit
Right.
with the same speed. Do they have parachutes for it? If in case that goes out and you could just release the parachute, let it just float down.
Like the drone, that's a good idea. No, that's a good idea though.
Yeah, because if let's say the battery goes out and you set it to where the battery goes out, it'll parachute down, and then
Yeah.
if found, please return. If not, it'll explode in the next 60 days or what I don't know, 60 minutes.
Yeah. I actually flew it not too long ago, and maybe flew it too far, and I lost all communication from my phone to the drone. Like it said, cannot locate drone. I got worried. I panicked, and then I was just like in my head, well, it's gone. And then like 5 minutes later, it came back on my phone because it reconnected.
Yeah.
It was the home automatically.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the things in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if it senses that it's not connected, it'll return, or if it senses low battery, like calculates how far you are, it'll just return on its own.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little boomerang.
Parachute, that's not a bad idea.
There you go, man. You guys could take whoever's listening could take my idea and patent it.
Yeah. Watch somebody do it, dude. And then they're gonna tag you.
That one's for free. Just make sure that you follow Talking Again podcast and 25/7.
And just keep hashtagging us.
Yeah. How's it going, man? How are you still having fun doing the podcast?
Yeah, it's cool.
How's it? You haven't had a guest.
I haven't had a guest, but things got moved around. I know the background doesn't look. I mean, if you watch it, you know that it's been moved around because things are not in the same place.
Right.
But I do have spot. Let me see if I can move it here. I have enough. I have a couch, like a guest couch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I could definitely host somebody. Let me try to get situated here. Sorry.
Yeah, you kind of messed up your angle there.
I could definitely host somebody now. I haven't. Not that I haven't because I don't have people because I could think of a lot of people I want to have on. I don't know why I haven't. It's just I wasn't set up before, but now I am. Yeah. So we'll see. I might just get people on. What about you? You're still loving the game?
Yeah, man, still doing it. Still fun. The last couple times I recorded were solo casts. I don't know if you're following, but the last two were solo casts because I haven't been able to get a guest. Everybody's trying to stay at home right now.
Yeah. How do you like the solo cast?
You know what? Like I mentioned to you before that I give you a lot of props because that's just challenging, man. I go back and think about like Jim Rome, some of the sports guys that I would listen to. They're on their own and they're talking. Not yet. They may have a bunch of people in the room as far as producers or whatnot, but it's still different to just talk and have like no feedback. You know what I mean? Like you're just talking, and the timing is a challenging part. Knowing to like pace yourself. That was kind of like one of the things where I burned through my notes in 20 minutes. I was like, hey, this is supposed to be a 40-minute podcast, and I burned through it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, the way I do, not that I'm pro at it, but I have, my jar of suggestions where there's a specific topic of conversation. Right. That's the only way I could go on and on and on about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, if I would have to bounce off ideas off of somebody, like we did it,
Yeah, 100%. That's like for me, the best way is when I'm talking and back and forth and have that conversation. That's why I did it. I didn't start the podcast so that I can do a solo cast and I can, I wanted to do so I can talk to people, give them an outlet, share a story. But sometimes, like I said, because being consistent was very important to me. That if I don't have a guest, I'm gonna do a solo cast. Yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do it now. Figuring out this way of doing it through Zoom or Skype or whatever, I'm really have to figure it out, and so I can start doing it this way because it seems like we're gonna be locked up for the next few weeks.
Now, are you not having guests because of this whole thing?
Yeah, you know what? I've reached out to many people, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, hell yeah, I'll do the podcast for sure." And so then I go, "All right, I'm good these days. You let me know what's best for you," and they won't come back and say, "Okay, I'll let you know," and then they never let me know. And that's just only because I feel that they're in quarantine or they can't really go out, and it's not an essential thing, right? A podcast, I guess. So, but
yeah.
And then it makes sense, dude. I'm not gonna hold anybody against it because if you're not comfortable going to someone's home, you don't know who's there, who's been there, who's on the mics. I mean, I definitely I sanitize these bad boys. So after every interview, I spray them down, and so I'm thinking of just buying a whole box of them that are all individually packed, so that way they could unpack it and throw it in themselves. And like here, maybe that, I don't know. Yeah. But I think there's a little bit of a fear still, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and at the same time you try to, because I remember the bar is fairly wide, so you can keep your distance,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. To each his own on how they fear this whole thing,
Yeah.
I'm good with believing, like if you were to say, come over, let's do this, and you say you're not sick or you think you're good, I'm like, cool, I'll come over.
Same here. I'm gonna give you we don't know, dude. I'm out there. I'm working, so my title, because I work at car dealerships, and a car dealership is so essential. They still have to make their sales. So in order for them to make their sales, I got to go out there and provide my service that I do, right? So I'm an essential employee, so I'm out there working, and I'm amongst a lot of people. So I could be, I don't know who has it or not, or who doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gambling, I guess. But I just don't want to, and I've said it before in the solo cast, I don't want to be like living in fear of this virus. Because I feel that we have viruses in our body all day long, like every day. It's just, this one's really bad, I don't know if you knew, but I had the flu in early January. I had it bad. It like crippled me, man. I was in bed for 3 days, and I had never gotten the flu. What happened?
You find it that bad?
No, I've never got the flu before. I've had fever. But I've never
You
got the flu.
get a flu shot prior?
I never get flu shots. And I still to this day I don't have. I've never got one. But no, I got the flu, and I was in bed for 3 days, and I remember going to the doctor's office. Well, Lily, she dropped me off, and I was dragging my feet because I could barely walk, and I had to wait 3 hours for them to see me, for them to tell me you have influenza, right, the flu. Um, the doctor said, I'm gonna give you a note. I can give you 3-4 days. I go, nah, doc, I'll be back to work tomorrow. And he's like, no, you won't. He just laughed. He said, no, you won't. I was like, I'll be back, dude. You don't know me. I got fucking tiger blood, baby. I'll be back. And sure enough, man, I couldn't even get up the next day. I was out. I mean, plus they gave you all these drugs.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, 3 days later, I was ready to go.
yeah.
So,
Right on.
but yeah, it's that whole low immune system, and I get it, dude.
Yeah,
If you personally know that you have a low immune system, and you know you can't, it's harder for you to fight like a common cold, then you should probably take way more precautions. Stay home, call in sick, use your PTO time if you have it. That's another thing, dude. Like, I know my employer's like, take PTO. And I was like, all right. So I'm like, now I gotta, if like, it's in case I can't work, I gotta take PTO. I'm like, I'm gonna burn all my vacation time because of
yeah,
this virus. It sucks. But I know I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people that are going through that right now, are taking their 2 week
yeah,
vacations or whatever.
yeah.
But I don't know. How are you adjusting to it? Because I know you're diabetic still, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, adjusting to what the whole.
yeah, like staying low. I know you've been hiding out anyways because you're on one leg, right?
Yeah, I talked about that with somebody not that long ago. I'm like, well, to be fair, the past year I've kind of been in quarantine or just staying low and
Isolation.
isolation. Due to the injury, I have to stay off my feet as much as possible. So it's not, it's no, to be honest, no different. I'm not working right now. I'm on disability and kind of just waiting things out. But the only thing that's different for me now, I would say in the past month or since all this stay-at-home stuff happened, is my scheduled surgeries got delayed because of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's all. I'm just waiting on that to see what happens.
Yeah. How bad did they get delayed? Like, we're talking.
A month behind. But the month that they projected was supposed to be after this 2 week thing was over, but it just got extended.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all up in the air to see what happens.
Does that make you a little nervous, having to wait a little longer?
Mm, financially, I guess.
Yeah.
Financially, because the whole unemployment, disability, and then long-term disability, all that stuff that you have to apply for and all that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know if I ever told you I was driving Lyft part time, like just kind of a couple hours a day. So, I was going out the last 2 weeks, and those calls dropped, dude. No one's taking Lyft, man. It's slow. It's slowed down. Like, I still got a few rides, but not like before. As soon as you turn it on, boom, you got a call. And
Yeah.
and we're in West Covina, where it's not like out downtown LA where that thing's nonstop. It's always you got rides.
Yeah.
And it just over here I can literally have it on for probably like 6 hours and maybe get one call. So
Wow.
yeah, that's how bad it is. Like, no one's even taking a lift. But it makes sense. Think about it, right? You're inside the car. Oh shit, your screen just paused. So can you hear me?
I can still hear you. All
Okay,
right.
so there you go. Yeah, you're inside this capsule, right? This car, and everything's, unless you put the windows down and
Yeah.
shit's airing out, but you don't know who was sitting in the back seat before you, right?
Right.
You don't know if your driver has it, and he's. But I show
Right.
them, dude. As soon as they walk in, I'm like, look, I got this can of Febreze, or not Febreze. I keep saying Febreze, and Lily's like, what are you gonna do? Make them smell good? They're still gonna get the virus. But it's that Lysol disinfectant, right?
Yeah.
So I'm spraying that right before and after every ride, and I let them know, hey, don't get offended, but when you leave, I'm gonna spray the shit out of this can.
Yeah.
But I just kind of stopped driving because I'm not gonna turn it on and hope I get a ride. I'm just for what, you know.
Yeah.
The only
yeah.
time is when, as soon as I get off off of work, I'll turn it on my way home, and if I get anything on my way home, then I'll do it. Otherwise,
Yeah. Have there been like haters? Like, don't do that, do your part to stay in and blah, blah, blah.
yeah, I do. Well, not personally to me. Nah, I don't. I think most people are now afraid because I'm so transparent and I'm so open and I just let you know what's up. I think most people are afraid of telling me something because I don't hold anything back. But I see it online, like people posting it, like a lot of cousins of mine, friends that on my Facebook timeline, and they're like, "Do your part, stay at home and don't be a bitch." Like one of my cousins, dude, I ain't even gonna say his name, but everybody knows who he is. One of my cousins, he posted just recently. He goes, so "I heard my neighbor's having a party." He's like, "I'm gonna call the cops on your ass." He said, "He's like, I'm gonna call the cops." He's like, "That's gonna be me that's calling the cops because you shouldn't be having a party."
That's funny.
So me, I'm like, well, what is it to you? If you're at home and quarantined, then what is it to you? But
yeah,
I think that's an exaggeration. I my opinion, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. I've had people come over, small groups. It's not a party, but like I'll have like, hey, just come down and hang out. We'll have barbecue real quick, and then they go home or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, to each his own.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, like your church is closed, right? Because churches are all closed now. So what are you doing for as far as like worship on Sundays?
Online.
Online, yeah. Well, I hear everything's online now. Everything's doing online streaming.
Yeah.
From home.
Yeah.
Pastors will go up there and record. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that affected you at all though? Like not being able to, because church is mostly a communal thing, right? It's getting together, a bunch of people. I mean, online you take away that one-on-one personal feeling that you would have before.
You do take away the whole family feeling, with the people that you're close with. But the church, I mean, if you go to church, you'll hear this all the time. The church isn't the building,
Right.
So it is different. It's a lot different. There's nothing like actually hearing worship, live, or just being in communion with everyone,
Yeah.
Yeah, you still do your part, I actually recently heard that churches, like gatherings online, are being stopped on Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard that, I kind of got a little bit worried. The whole conspiracy theorist inside of me is thinking bigger, like that's just the beginning or the tip of the iceberg of what's But then if you think about that, you think about internet in general, like the web, www, the World Wide Web will eventually all be shut down. Cell phones will be shut down if that's where people's minds are thinking, are going.
That's an extreme, but it's possible, right? Like 100% it's possible.
Yeah.
And if that was to happen, I mean, I don't have a landline in my home. I'd have to send smoke signals to you. So yeah. I'll send you some like samples, that way you know.
Send me white.
Yeah. So.
But actually, I thought about the very thing you just said about landlines. The company that I work for, we've been getting rid of landlines for the past 5 years. Mm-hmm. Pressing that. Now, was that something that was foreseen and thought of way back, in preparation for this? Maybe.
Yeah.
I always press the issue to the older folks. Don't get rid of your landline. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, especially them, right? But since you brought it up, the conspiracy theory part of it, how have you been getting into it? Like I've been watching some videos, listening to these podcasts, and I love it, dude. I love listening to it. I can't regurgitate as much of it because none of it stays in here, but listening to it, man, I'm fucking deep into it. I love it. What do you think about it? Do you think any of it is pretty legit? I mean, it all makes sense. I mean, you could after the fact, you could turn a bunch of shit. Like, if I'm looking for something, I'm gonna find it, right? To prove my narrative, right? To prove my idea. For sure. Yeah, so you'll find it. Sure. What do you think about it right now?
For sure, my rabbit hole, that I went down was the whole man-made virus to wipe out a certain amount of the population, and yes, it is the older generation. Sad to say, but then it goes down tunnels of. That's why I asked you if you got the flu shot, because let's say you got the flu shot within the past 2 years. I've seen theories out there. Well, this whatever this is could be airborne, and it'll activate whatever they put inside you. Flu shot to get rid of certain people, I guess. Just the whole conspiracy rabbit holes. That's the thing. That's without. It's hard to believe when you go down these rabbit holes yourself, and then you hear news, and then you hear fake news. It's like, what's real, what's not real, what do I believe? So that's why I say to each his own on this whole thing, on what you want to believe or what you want to gain from reading what you read, because you could rabbit holes go deep, and there's many of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. That's one of the things that you just said right now. We don't know what's real. We don't know what's true. We don't know who to believe. It all depends on what side you're on, or what's in your ear. What are you watching? Because everyone's reporting something. They're reporting something very similar, but then when you start hearing all this other shit from like these conspiracy theories, which you can't avoid them. I mean, you can try, but you can't avoid them. They're there, dude. Once you hear them the first time, it's gonna come back to you. That thought's gonna come back. And it's going to make you wonder, and it's going to make you think, and it's going to make you question. And when you start having questions because you have doubts, you start filling in your own narrative as to all the other shit that you heard around, and then what makes sense to you at the time. Right. So, dude, I've heard some crazy shit. Like the one you said right now about the flu shot, taking it within the next 2 years. That's the first time I hear this. So now, it's the first time I hear this. First time.
So that goes back years.
Okay. And I remember something vaguely about that, but now, since you said it, now it just came to me, right? Like, oh shit, right? So now I'm gonna go, as soon as we start recording this, I'm gonna start looking into the flu shot, right?
I'm gonna give you something to look up, and this goes for you and whoever's listening and watching us right now. Look up on YouTube, and this is fairly recent because supposedly something big in 2020 is gonna happen. So you're gonna want to YouTube Fall Cabal. Fall Fall.
Yeah.
Cabal, Cabal.
Yeah.
Start with one. There's 9 of them. There's 9. I think they're like 20 minutes each. There's 9 to watch. But
was it like a documentary?
No, it's just things going on in the world that are very true. Very true. There is.
Does it all tie into Epstein and
that's all in it,
and the secret society? Right?
That's all in it. That's all in it. But it's hard to. It's good for you. I'm going to say it's good content. It's good entertainment because I know religion-wise where you stand.
Yeah.
So this ties in a lot of religion with politics and what's going on in the world.
Right,
but it's I mean you're gonna like it. I guarantee you'll like it. Like I said, it'll be good entertainment for you. But it ties in so much people, even up to date. So much that the last thing I heard while following these rabbit holes and these tunnels was that, and this is how I heard it, was this coming from a way up source and a high source, is that come April 1st, it's all going to be one big joke. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not.
No way, dude. Not.
But dang, it was dang good entertainment to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. No,
that'd be
like
a trip, right?
Some of the shit that I've heard was, and I'm gonna tell you a story after this. Something that happened to me personally that I didn't really tie it into until someone mentioned it to me recently. But I've heard stuff of like, so Epstein, right? He knew all these people, right? All the secrets, from religious people to politicians and everyone in between, right? Celebrities and all that stuff. Royalty, all that shit, right? So this guy supposedly hung himself, and then mysteriously his bank account was reopened like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So kind of like implying that maybe he's not dead, right? Or maybe just someone took control of his account and is masterminding the whole thing, or whatever. But the thing is, So you obviously heard of Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg,
Right.
Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
All these people are in Australia or locked up somewhere where supposedly they had the virus, right?
Right.
And that's all because those are all the people that have been outed on that report or the Epstein report or whatever it is. So all this stuff before I used to do like in the in the newspaper you used to read the horoscope, and it would say on the very bottom there was an asterisk and it would say for entertainment use only. Okay,
Yeah.
so I used to take that very literal, and I was like, okay, this shit's just for fun. So when people would tell me, I had a friend, I still have a friend, my buddy Aldo. He's big time into astrology, and he knows all those, whatever the signs and Pisces, Libras, all that stuff. So he'll tell you, and I just goof around about him, and I'm like, whatever, because that's for me, it's entertainment use only. So up until this point, it's been entertainment use only. All that shit of the rabbit holes. Earlier, I had referenced it as a wormhole. That's probably something different. Not this. This is a rabbit hole. A wormhole is probably something totally different.
Time traveling.
Yeah.
But I mean that ties into.
It could, yeah.
Just watch what I.
Oh, I was thinking a different type of wormhole, but we'll leave that for another episode.
Okay.
But so now with all this stuff, it's kind of starting to tie in when you hear Tom Hanks is he got busted, and it's kind of like, wait a second. And then Oprah Winfrey's coming out with all that stuff. So, of course, these could all be rumors and they're just allegations, or not even allegations because she's not even in custody or anything like that.
Right.
But, or as far as that we know of, right? But when you hear all this stuff and you hear from people that you believe and you trust, kind of makes you think about it a little bit. Like, maybe it's true, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. For entertainment use only is starting to fade away a little bit. That's what I'm saying. For me.
Oh, I get you.
You know what I mean? I'm starting to go, wait, am I believing this stuff?
Yeah. All right.
You know?
Hey. It's just there's too much. I don't even want to use the word coincidence because it's not a coincidence to me.
Yeah.
If it's planned, pre-planned, it's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
How come there's so much old footage going back to 2014, 15, 13 of what's happening now? I mean, did you see the latest quarter for 2020?
No.
It's a bat. There's a bat on the back of a quarter.
Oh, really?
You know what they're saying about the coronavirus, right? They got it from a bat.
From a bat.
So why would they do that? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Even if it didn't, why would they allow that to happen?
Yeah. But then they're saying though that there's a lot of fake coins that are being made. And now is that someone that just mass produced a whole bunch of fake coins, would put bats on it and then throw them out there? And
that too, man. It's so crazy.
I don't know.
It's like one. Who do you believe? What do you believe? What do you take in as true or false, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or how do you take it at face value? It's just entertainment. What?
Yeah.
Well,
I always go back to, I don't believe it until I see it. And I've talked to you about that before. So like spirits, ghosts, I don't believe because it's never happened to me. I always have a scientific reason for why it happened.
Answer.
An answer, yes, yeah.
You're right.
So, and we've discussed this before, but like I had mentioned earlier that I had a story that something happened to me. I Lyft driving, right? I was driving some guy, picked him up, drove him to the city of Chino, and it was probably about a 35-minute drive. This guy was talking to me the whole way. 5 minutes before we get to his house. All right, we're talking the whole time. So 30 minutes was just mostly him. I'm listening to him, and he's telling me the story of how his house that he bought, an investment home in Montclair or Claremont, was built on an Indian ground and is haunted, and it's like crazy that like the cops freaked out when it happened with them, and his Arlo picked it up, the Ring picked up all this movement, all this video stuff, and he's got images and he's got video. And somehow the feds came knocking on his door because the cops made a report. The feds got wind of it. They confiscated his videos that he had or some shit like that. So he's telling me this whole thing about, it's just, man, that shit's real, good shit. In the middle of that conversation, he had told me that he was a traveling man. So when I said, I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. So you've seen some shit, and I told him, all right, well, I have a podcast, and it sounds like you got some stories. You being a traveling man, you've seen some shit. And then that's when he goes, do you know what a traveling man is? Or a traveler? I think he said traveling man. And I go, yeah, someone that travels a lot, takes vacations or just travels for work. And then he goes, nah, man, it's what do you say? Something Mason, a Freemason.
Freemason.
Freemason. And then I was like, oh, that shit's real? That was my response to him. And he goes, yeah, it's real. And then I was like, oh, all right. Well, right on. Hey, dude, if you're interested, I go, here's a sticker. Check it out. Talking Again podcast. Listen to it. It's another shameless plug. And after that, dude, like I said, for the rest of those 5 minutes on the way home, he didn't say a goddamn thing to me. Quiet. He got on his phone and just started like looking at his phone. Never had his phone in his hand at all. But after he had said that and I told him that I have a podcast, he just was quiet and just went like I don't know if I was thinking, now I'm starting to think, did he say too much to me? Or I don't know. So because of all this shit, it's starting to fade away. For entertainment use only, it's starting to fade away. So now I'm thinking, was that guy, is he really a Freemason? And was he like nervous about me because I have a podcast? Even though my podcast is the most high level scale like Joe Rogan, or I mean, I shouldn't even put my name in that level. But
everybody starts with 0 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Remember who we talked to? And their whole thing was zip.
Yes. Those are other things that like are starting to feed into my head, and it's like, oh shit, all this is like connecting the dots,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What a trip.
I've been trying to get what's his name to get to come on and nothing. So
has he responded to you?
No. Yes. No. But it was a vague answer. It was just a vague like, yeah, I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
One of those. So
same. Just to say what's up, reach out, see how he's doing. It was one of his joke texts that he always did. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so it's little things like that get. I remember the first time I ever heard about the Illuminati or conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I remember the person that told me, and I remember how deep they were and how nervous they seemed all the time. And and I remember they said, don't watch it, don't go down there, and just remember that I told you not to.
Yeah.
And curious minds, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it or think about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I said, take it at face value or just entertainment. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, the most important thing is what you have at home, your family, and everything else is like you can't let it consume you, and you like anything, right? Like we say, consume products, don't let the product consume you. That goes with alcohol, with food, with smoking, with entertainment, So same thing. Like this stuff right here, I'll listen to it. I read up on it. I talk to Lily about it. We'll laugh, we'll joke. We'll sometimes go like our eyes light up like, whoa, shit, hold on.
What made you, because you were never like that.
As far as what?
As far as like conspiracy theories.
I'm
saying that you're this big conspiracy theorist, but I remember we would have talks. And
I was never.
It was
entertainment, yes, and like I said, I keep saying that it's starting to fade away. It's like where there's a lot of things that I'm starting to see that are coming to fruition. Mm-hmm. A lot of things that I've seen. Now, again, I say coming to fruition only because I'm reading up on it a little bit more and I'm taking the time to read up on it more. Now, that could just be me falling for it and reading up on it, because before I wasn't. Before I would read like the headlines. Never read the story, just read the headline. Now I'm actually like watching the video and I'll check it out and I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense, It could be. So I'm kind of like right now in the middle of that, where I don't know if I'm transitioning to a believer or
Next thing you're gonna be a Freemason?
Nah, dude, that won't happen.
Oh man.
But I don't know. It's just I have to stay grounded. Like I said, I fall back to like what I have at home. I got 2 boys. I'm not gonna,
That's that was the next question is, and I hate, because I don't, we used to have a podcast together called the How We Talk Podcast, and it was basically because of how we talk. Like we don't know how to verbalize something, right? Oh, there it is. How We Talk Podcast. and this is my way of asking, because I don't know if it's polite or not polite, but how do you stay grounded? Because I stay grounded by reading my Bible and praying and just putting my faith in God. I just released something on 25/7 that's what it was all about, is having faith and staying grounded in times like this. How, for someone like you that's not a believer or grounded in the faith, how do you stay grounded? What do you stay grounded in?
Well, it's my family, 100%. It's my boys, it's my wife. You know, I try not, like now. Before, when I was a lot younger, I would do a lot of stupid shit. And when I say stupid shit, it's not like anything like criminal or anything. It was just dumb shit, you know. Like I wouldn't hesitate to get on top of a table and start doing like twerking before twerking was around. You know what I mean? Just for entertainment, you know, for fun.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, I'm not gonna do that because I have two boys that are looking up to me, and then, you know, like my wife, she's cool. Like she'll get up there on the table and dance with me too. But when the boys aren't looking, we put them to bed. But no, those boys are the ones that keep me grounded. You know, like anytime I feel like I have a question like that, like, you know, what's this world coming to, or what are we gonna do in this kind of situation? And the only answer that I have at the end of the day is, whatever I do, it's gonna be to protect those two kids. Whatever I do, and whatever, I mean, if it's throwing my life, my body in front of something, or taking a bullet, any of that stuff, right? That's what I'm gonna do, you know. So I just try not to go there. You know what I mean? Like like I said, they keep me grounded. It's the reason I have them on my phone. It's you know, on my wallpaper, because anytime I feel like, sometimes you're out working and I've been out a while and I'm a little lonely, I'm working by myself, I'll take a look at that phone and then, all right, cool. Get you that other little drive to continue working.
Yeah.
But that's definitely what it is. I mean, that's the only thing that it is, really.
Yeah, that keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I do this. I do the same. I often look at my phone to see, you know, my son, and then I open up my phone and it's my girlfriend and her daughter and my son and me as well. But yeah, I do the same. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll still eat the last piece of chicken at home.
Your kids are looking at you like,
hey. Yeah. But no, man. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's just one of those things that we're dealing with, and I've talked to many people about it, and for the most part, the people that I've surrounded myself around with is the thing that we always say is, we're gonna get through this, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we've gone through all the other shit, we're gonna get through this. We don't know if that's true or not. You know, this could be the thing that wipes off the earth. You know, like, you know, you hear that you need to wipe everything out. You know, my mom's religion, they talk about that all the time, how it's going to get wiped out. It's got to get shaken. It's got to get cleared in order for it to restart again. I don't believe that, but who knows, you know? But all they say is you have to have faith, or just be secure and confident that you're not going to allow yourself to go there, you know? Let it take over you. I've even questioned, like, this whole thing that's going on. It's that pandemic or whatever. It's making people act a little strange.
It is.
You know, like, where, like, I don't watch the show, but I've referenced it before. Walking Dead. It was like, people have told me it's not so much about the zombies. It's what people do in that situation, in that kind of crisis. What they do to each other, you know, just to survive or whatever.
Right.
And that's what it seems like. Fuck, it's, you know, it's kind of going that way. I just passed by a Costco this morning, and no lie, they had, like, people were just waiting in line, and they had, like, rows and rows and rows, and people were just in the cart, and I'm like, this is like a weird camp, you know, like like they're just, like, waiting to get a piece of bread and water, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. And and I've thought, shit, I should have bought a few guns before all this shit happened. You know. But I'm thankfully my neighbor's got some guns. He's loaded, and I'll go to his house if shit hits the fan. Yours is it's pausing a lot. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you froze. You said luckily your neighbor what?
Oh, I said maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just leave it like that. Yeah.
Well, I got a few. I could draw them over to you.
There you go. There you go. But no, I mean, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You think it'll get to that point?
Like
Well,
I said,
you think it's possible?
yes. Yeah, I think it's very possible. my whole thought process as far as coming to an end with all this is, I believe, because people are putting out there that hundreds of tanks are coming into LA, from San Diego, from the military bases down there. Sure, yeah, that's fine. My whole thing is that everybody's getting into place, let's just say, to make a final call on what's going to happen. I really do believe that, and I don't think it's going to end anytime soon, at least not this year.
Wow.
And I think something bigger will take place. And as far as the whole stay-at-home thing, I think the U.S. is doing a horrible job of doing it. I mean, I can't blame anyone but myself, because I'm not staying home. I'm going to the market if we need food, or going to my girl's house,
Yeah.
to be with them over there. So, but I don't know, man.
Well, you're close by the house. Have you heard the sirens any different?
Yeah.
Like, the way they start off now it's more like a warning, like
Yep.
right? Doesn't it start off like
Yep.
that?
So the police cars are equipped with and this is all in these rabbit holes that I go down, and I've heard these before, but they're equipped with these speakers or noisemakers, like a siren, that are supposed to they're supposed to disable you. They're supposed to be either piercing to the ears, or something internal that just makes you it immobilizes you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been hearing just different sirens all around.
Yeah, that, and then way more helicopters. Obviously, someone said that's them watching over us, making sure we're not
helicopters,
in parks. But yeah, dude, it's kind of like I said, it's like starting to come to fruition. Everything that you hear that's gonna happen, and that makes you question things, a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
But whatever. I'm still, we don't, like I said, I'm obviously a big sports guy. There's no sports for me to watch. I'm trying to keep really busy on trying to figure out new things with this. I mean, I'm illiterate when it comes to this MacBook and Mac stuff. The only thing I had was an iPhone, and it took me years to get used to that, and I'm still not even perfected it. So I'm taking the time to kind of mess around with all this stuff, all this new shit, and to make the show better, right? With the extra time. I mean, they canceled Little League Baseball for us, so I have way more time now.
Wow.
We're not even doing that. So yeah, it's just staying here, living it up with the family, trying to help out a lot more, trying to literally like cooking. I don't cook, but I do a lot more grilling now. So I'm grilling at the house, chicken, steaks, burgers. Like that's what we're eating, and just doing, helping out as much as I can and spending time with the kids,
The one thing that I had mentioned in my show, that if anything, those are the good things.
Yeah.
Good takeaways. The time at home that you get to spend with your family. The whole checking on your neighbors, like if you have any elderly neighbors that just check on them every once in a while. See how people are doing. Make sure they have things that maybe you have extra that you can help out,
Right.
My whole thing is try to continue this if and when this all comes to a stop, Don't stop those good deeds.
Yeah.
I kind of went on a rant because of social media and all these people posting, be thankful for all these workers that are essential. And I'm like, you should always be thankful for workers for what they do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
especially truck drivers, because we, Laura and all
Right.
that. Those, even before all this, those guys were super essential, if not the most essential of most workers,
Mm-hmm.
to be out there, delivering food to the markets and all that.
Yeah. Everything from food to your electronics to everything that you need. The toilet paper that everybody's fighting for, they were delivering that,
Yeah. In my head, I don't understand the whole rush to buy it all. Like if there's factories and factories and factories full of this stuff. I can see why. So re-stimulate the financial status of the United States. That makes more sense to me than a pandemic.
Yeah.
But to reach his own and take it for what you will.
Yeah, no, and you're right, dude. These, they say it takes 2 weeks to build a habit. So if you can build those good habits to do in the next 2 weeks or whatever it is, that's like you said, a takeaway from it. Something solid. Like spending more time with the family. We should make more time to spend with the family.
Yeah.
And I'm only talking with my immediate family, but no, I definitely need to reach out more to cousins, make phone calls, text messages, and I'm not doing that. And I know it goes both ways, but somebody has to make the first call and text message.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's gonna be my news thing is to be a little bit more connected.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I was just talking to Lily, like, on Saturdays we're so stressed out. It's Saturday, it's a day off. You think it'd be just chill, right? No, that was our busiest day of the week. Saturday, wake up, sports. Like the baseball all day long, pretty much. You're there. You're just doing all stuff. Maybe you have a birthday party that you got to go to. You got to rush, get the kids ready, make sure you have a gift. Or if it's potluck, make sure
Yeah.
you make something. And it's just always every week. It was like Saturday. Rush, rush, rush. That's for us. Not everybody, just us. So for us, we're saying like, no, we need to take the time, like relax, like not try to do so much in one day.
Yeah.
We have the rest of the lives ahead of us, but it's
Right.
just it was our challenge and it's something that we're working on, and this is gonna help. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to
Don't get me
slow
wrong.
things down.
If I was if I wasn't talking to you before, I'm not gonna make an effort to talk to you now.
Yeah.
I'm just for those that you love.
No, I get yeah.
There's family members I don't talk to.
Yeah, hey, it's
I'm
like the song, no new friends, right?
No new friends.
No, man, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we're gonna keep grinding, keep doing our thing, keep podcasting.
Yeah.
I challenge you to do the same thing every week. Put your podcast out, even
Yeah.
if it's only for 10 minutes or if it's a 5 minute podcast. I mean, I know Brian Callen, Chris D'Elia, and Will Sasser are gonna restart the 10 minute podcast. So
Oh, are they?
yeah,
Nice.
so that might be starting a trend. 10 minute podcast.
I might start Podbean where I just do a quick little video in my closet. It's just like a little Podbean.
Why not, dude?
Or maybe just the IG like pod, like a 1 minute,
Yeah,
No.
I mean
something.
that would be like your daily one, and I was gonna try to do that, and I haven't. It's been 2 weeks that I said I was gonna try to do, like every day, go on for 1 minute, just kind of go, hey,
Yeah.
a little something, just like but I haven't done it. It's just, how I'm not really good doing the
Yeah.
selfie camera unless I'm gonna record something and it's a promotional plug, then I'm good,
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, like I don't feel like
Gotta start some sort of like podcast challenge out there.
we should, man, or even like
Just boxing, throw one out to him, throw one challenge out to him.
we should start it up, man. You start it up.
Then-
Start up the challenge, put it out, and then we'll just let it go, and it'll be a domino effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be
I've
fun.
seen all these workout challenges on IG.
Yeah.
So think of something.
We could do like a quick 1 minute challenge,
Yeah.
and you could post it as a comment, not on the story, that we can laugh
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
shit, you're falling apart over there, dude.
Falling apart over here, man. I move things around and all of a sudden nothing stays in place.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's all crazy. It's all I just don't know what to think. So it really, I've never been the type to say, "Oh, take things one day at a time," but it's really all you can do.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
I definitely for the longest time I've always said that, one day at a time, try not, you obviously plan ahead for the future, your finances, make sure you're all okay, but it was always like, that was my biggest thing with Lily was, let's slow down. We're trying to get too much done, too much accomplished. It was just like, for what? Let's just slow down. And because we're being forced to do it, so. But it's always, take one day at a time. You should always live your life like that, man. We should not be rushed to do something, what are we going to do in the next 10 minutes? Relax, dude. Like, just sit down. Just sit down and relax for a little bit. I just watched Ferris Bueller with Vincent, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and what did he say at the end? You need to, I think he said you need to stop every once in a while so that you don't miss out or something like that. That was his quote, right? I'll fucking butcher quotes like the mother.
Yeah.
But
like stop and enjoy the flowers and you're like way off.
yeah, something like that, But yeah, no, that's 100%.
Speaking of watching things, this is super trendy, but Tiger King.
I just I just watched episode 1 2 days ago, and then I was in the middle of watching episode 2. This guy, dog, dude, he's got like 5 wives, man. So, someone asked me what I thought about the show, and I said, big cat people are nuts.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. Just big cat people are nuts.
Yeah. That's crazy. My brother-in-law, Israel, he had said something the other day. It was pretty good. He's like, if there's anybody that's benefiting right now on Netflix, it's the Tiger King.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Watching the Tiger King.
Tiger King, yeah.
You know? Anyway, I just wanted to see. So I watched the whole thing, dude. It's trippy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time with it just because I want it to last, a little longer. Like, I was crazy about binge watching stuff, but now I'm like, dude, I've been enjoying sleeping.
Yeah. Are you full time back to work?
I haven't stopped. I mean, it's slowed down.
Yeah.
It's slowed down, but I haven't stopped working. We've been working Monday through Friday. The rain slowed us down a couple weeks ago, but no, we're still out there grinding, dude. All of us. We'll keep grinding until they tell us that we can't.
Or until they shut us down.
Right, until they shut us down. So.
Or like, I don't know who said it. What's that old cowboy? What's his name?
Who are you talking about? Clint Eastwood?
John Wayne?
John Wayne.
He said...
Clint Eastwood.
He was talking about his guns. He said, you could have them when you pry them from my cold, dead fingers. And that might be Clint Eastwood as well. I don't know, but...
Cold, dead hands.
Cold, dead hands. Yeah.
That's right.
That'll be me with my 2 guns,
Yeah.
You could have them when you pry them from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. And on that note, we'll probably end this show.
Yeah.
Because you're starting to freak me out. Just kidding. No.
All right, man. It's been good catching up.
Yeah, dude.
We'll plan something when all this resides and ends. Something.
Yeah,
more.
we'll definitely do something. We gotta either I go there, you come here, but we'll do another show.
For both.
We'll do a little nostalgic show. Maybe we'll bring in an old guest.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Have a seat on the couch right here.
Yeah. I don't know about that couch because I don't know. That might be, what is it? The directors? No. What do they call that couch?
I don't know what you're trying to say. I'm not going to get caught up.
All right. I guess we'll just end it there. It's brand new. We'll just end it there then.
It's not black.
Oh, it's not black? Okay.
Yeah. So just so you know, we'll end it there, dude. Thanks, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for taking it.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Hopefully we get to figure this thing out and it edits well.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man.
All right, later.
Later.